And the views of Trustco Group International, the broadcast regulators in Namibia, or that of the Informanté radio station. This is Informanté Radio, the sound for a new age. Every day we bring you the hottest music. Ultimate music mix.
Hi, let me tell you something. The whole country belongs to us.
They call him Mr. Well Done.
Boozy, pretty thing and you boozy.
And some outrageous conversations.
You don't even have to go too far. I mean, even today, we have something called traditional healers within all our communities.
Is that like the new name for witch doctors?
No. That's what the white men made it.
You do know that the traditional healers can see us talking about them right now. Right now. In their big bowl of water.
The Morning Mix on Informanté Radio. The sound for a new age.
PDK. Flip box. Ngane. Now I need.
Mirror on the wall. Well, yes, she could dance, it's me, they call. Top cherry, what? Yeah, I'm the baddest. Top cherry, what? Yeah, I'm the realest. They be calling my name till the morning. Yeah, for the hangover.
Atekane, gengo waloro kapotane, enotane, landane, aha wedala wedapa wedapone, endo sevenya atusakere penya, nuno na monda boda vatekena, shatu sakata ukashanima nima, dalane, dininge, dine mbum konyoni, muneka dona chefingane, etalani koni mashita kubounce, tokola nena no kuti dance. Ningane shatu ningi ningane. You can cross you a killer. You my people you sire. Bayelate yele weta noche loco pa subirte la saya. Kingpin you the dealer. Girl ain't nobody realer. Te lo weta noche llévate de fiesta y patite la talla. Niama finame, andala kuchinjame. I drink champagne with the kings and the queen politicians. Praise my name. If you feel it, Ileni mundanze na me, Mr. B. Ileni musage na me. Saka witula mo sakane.
Exactly how I would want to start my Monday morning. It's PDK and Black Box with Saka. Moro, welcome to the Morning Mix.
Praat gou saam met Maria. Ek moet gou hier.
What is your story?
I'm talking to somebody that I owe money to.
Oh.
I'm just trying to tell him, luister, ek sal kom. Wag net.
Wacht net een biggie. Just give me a couple of...
Ja.
Is it that month where people now start claiming?
Is ja grap nie.
Funny enough, this is actually a good month for me.
Yeah.
I think it's the week that I spent at home. It worked very well for me. It's nice to be back in the studio, though. How was the week without me?
We missed you.
I missed you guys, too.
Yeah, we missed you. It was, we found our way with Sammy, but yeah, you know.
Ah, wait. That now and it's a
not
big ups.
Cubase.
Big ups for holding it down while I was
Yeah,
gone,
he
yeah.
held it down,
It's good to be back, man. I'm not used to just, not
He's
being
not
in the
Cubase, and Cubase is not Semi.
Yes.
studio. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes,
Let's,
of course.
let's equal it out like that. Who's that?
JK
Manu
knows.
Ganji. So, I told the guy now, I moet net bietjie wag.
I'm going to be chill.
Yeah. So,
How much do you owe him?
see jou besigheid.
All right, guys.
Luister, please don't make fun of me here. Okay? Everybody owes everybody at this moment in time.
I don't. I owe the bank.
Yeah.
That's it. You owe the bank.
Maybe it's the bank that Neville was saying.
Yeah.
Wacht net eers 'n bietjie.
Hey, je moet plannen maken. There are lawyers to pay, there are banks to pay, there are individuals to pay, institutions you need to pay. We all owe somebody
Actually, I
something.
think people owe me. Ek moet nog, jy skuld my,
Debt collect.
you owe me $100.
Maar Maria, je kan niet nou die geld krijgen. So far.
You can't get what I ain't got. Is my net so.
Let me see if there's anybody owing me money. Yeah, no.
No, I have a few people owing
I
me money.
got people who also owe me. I
So
got
that's
people
how you do it.
and institutions who owe me money.
So then you have to do like a rotation. So you have to get yours.
Yeah.
You can give
Give.
some.
No, you're right.
So bakalees.
Nee, ik heb klaar lees gemaakt.
But everybody's now so under pressure. So if they see your number, they're probably gonna ignore it.
But that is a bit painful when you've been waiting for that money for like a couple of months and that comes and then it just goes whoop, for bijna iemand anders toe.
Yeah.
I normally
But it
take
is what it is, I guess.
I normally take, a small chunk of it and I apply it for domestic use. Krag, petrol, food,
Yes.
and
The expenses of the house.
12 days in Sokol.
Die man. Is your budget nog daar of het je big
Yeah,
up?
yeah. Did you have to put the budget a bit
we have to adapt now.
So you guys are not eating shrimp and stuff anymore.
Jy maak 'n grap. It's a good question. I was at Sea Pride on Saturday because I haven't had a snook, guys, in a long time.
Really?
Snook.
Like it's snook.
So because the guy who normally brings my snook from Swakopmund, Mevrouw doesn't want the guy to come to our house anymore. Hoe kan je die mensen naar die huis toe sturen? Die mensen komen uit Swakopmund. So I am not allowed to allow people who come to our house now. Toen ga ik bij Sea Pride and I went to buy a snook. Now, as you say, so I'm walking past the shrimp and prawns. Ik kijk zo.
Shrimp is still fine. Prawns.
Ik kan niet nou bekostigen.
I just back for you. All right, guys. Speaking of that, of course, I know you guys probably beat it to death last week, but we have to start, of course, with an update on COVID-19.
Yeah.
Just to put this in context for you guys, since the last time I was in studio, we have reported 896 cases. That's in just a little bit over 7 days, I think about 9 days.
Are you serious, Cubase?
Yes, 896. We are currently at 2,949. When I left, we were 2,055.
Sorry, give that a number again.
2,949.
Active.
No, that's the confirmed
Yes,
cases.
I want the active
704. You minus that, so that's 2,205. Yeah, 245. 2,245 active cases, 703 recoveries, 704 recoveries, and 19 deaths.
And the sad part of all of this is Windhoek is slowly moving towards becoming the epicenter. Over the weekends, I think on yesterday and the day before yesterday, the Saturday, both days Windhoek reported more cases than Walfish Bay.
Yeah.
I think the Saturday was 10 for Walfish Bay, 36. Look, I might be mistaken.
But it's starting to get
roughly,
confusing with the numbers, yes.
Yeah, and I think yesterday Windhoek was 35 and Walfish Bay was 32 or something like that. I stand corrected again. But yes, we're seeing more cases in Windhoek. And after this weekend and everything that went down, I dread to see what the results will look like.
It
the coming
is
week.
insane. I spend most of the week at home. I would go out, sporadically just to go get something from the shop and so on. But then you see with the cases that are being reported, the cluster infections even in Banaheda and Soweto, where I'm still in that proximity. And it's business as usual. People are not wearing masks. People are doing their thing. You walk into, places. People are sitting and drinking even after hours. I was like, we were complaining that Walfish Bay, hulle wil self nie reg.
Hulle wil nie luister nie.
Ruk nie. Even my Afrikaans is on holiday. Yeah, but now we're seeing Windhoek in the same situation, and we are not reacting any differently.
Not at all. Not at all. I had a shoot on Sunday, the hotel, and I don't expect the models to be wearing the masks because it's not that type of shoot, but just like the team around that, people were not wearing masks as well, which is weird. So I was on the creative team. I think I was the only one with a mask. The others had masks, but they would just keep it on their neck, occasionally put it on, but nobody was really taking it seriously. And then after the shoot, people decided to go. There's a Sky Bar at the top, and it's not the Hilton. And they wanted to just have sundowners or have a snack together. But the minute we went up, and everybody else sitting there as well, no masks. And this time the group was growing bigger. I was like, I'm out. But it made me realize, I think that was another moment, because I had spent the whole weekend at home, but that was just another moment of realization that nobody's taking this seriously. Like, there are cases popping up and down, like in Windhoek, everywhere, popping up in every residential area. And just, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't seem to matter. Like, there was a death that was reported on, I think, Saturday evening here in Windhoek,
Yesterday,
right?
3 were reported.
Yes, but the one that was reported Saturday evening is like 2 houses away from mine.
Really?
That's where the guy stays.
What?
Yes, so Saturday night, ek sit en speel Xbox, ek sit en speel FIFA daar, and I'm just seeing lights and commotion outside, and there's a lot happening, man. I'm also new to the neighborhood. Ek loer net 'n bietjie to that particular area and check out, you know what? It's probably the boys in the hood who got up to something, and the cops are looking for them.
Yeah.
In the morning, one of the guys is telling me, the uncle that stays like 2 houses down passed on like around 11 at night. So that was the situation there. Now the family came, the bereaved family, but they also don't really go into the house because then you would also have to be quarantined with everybody that's part of the family. So it was a crazy situation.
Yeah.
And it's hitting closer and closer to home for most of us, guys. And I think, if you're not awake by now, if you're not taking this seriously by now, then you are the problem.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, and I had a chat with the kids last night again, and these are the things that we grapple with. The kids are like, Mommy, Daddy, you guys don't want, our friends to come around anymore. You don't want us to go to our friends anymore. You don't go to your friends. Your friends are not coming to us. But Mommy, Daddy, we have tennis training, we have soccer training. So
what's the difference?
What is the difference here? There's a tournament coming up here, there's a tournament coming up there.
What is the difference?
And that's the thing, Maria. We can be objective about certain things and we can be subjective about other things.
Yes.
And on my way to work, and I was talking to my wife now, I was saying to her, what are we going to do? Because are we taking the kids out of sport now? Because it's getting worse and worse out there.
Yeah.
And it obviously just seems that, whoever is in charge of, these codes, etc., there's nothing that comes from the top that says, this is a decision that we need to take, or that's the way that we need to go. There's no mentioning of this pending, looming crisis upon us. And up to a point where we will have to take a decision ourselves as to what we're going to be doing. But it's not easy, guys. It's really not easy.
No,
but the one is not better than the other.
Yeah, it's not difficult.
I know,
It's not
Maria.
there. It's
Yeah,
not difficult.
I know.
I don't think it's difficult to stay safe. I think it's
No, it's not.
there's just lack of will, and this is ultimately the problem with the reason we keep seeing a spike in cases and increase in cases is because there's no will to stay safe. If everybody just did what they needed to do,
Like the simplicity of it,
Yeah.
I think it's what makes people think, you know what, like it's just a mask,
Yes.
or it's just sanitizing my hands. But these are the things that actually work. Even using, I remember when when the the virus was breaking out, they would advise everybody, if you're using especially public transport, try and open the doors and what with a tissue.
or, yeah.
Like, I've not seen that since maybe the first 2-3
Well, you'd
days.
have to be hella paranoid.
But like, isn't this the time to be hella
Yes,
paranoid?
I understand, but nobody is. That's-
There are 2 places I went to this weekend.
Yeah.
I went for a full body massage.
I'm getting
Oh,
a body
finally.
massage today.
Okay.
I'm getting one done today.
I had a full body massage yesterday. And I went to the barber shop yesterday. Okay?
Aye.
So,
That's why you look fresh. Trying to figure out what's to fresh. Looking fresh.
Baba
Thanks.
shop too.
now, the barber is this close to your face as he's busy
Yes.
working on you.
He's got a mask on.
He's got a mask on. But you see, and this is the thing, I keep on telling my barber, stop talking to other people while
You're
you are
doing-
busy shaving me. Because it's a barber shop. Hey! Luister hier my broer.
Ja, 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 ja.
Hey, never weet jy nee, to say. So I'm like, my bro, be quiet.
Yeah.
You're talking in my face. Stop talking over me.
Maak net klaar wat jy moet klaar maak, laat ek kan
It's
opstaan.
not that I'm rude.
Draai jou mic om. Turn your mic around, Neville. That's it.
The lady who's massaging me, okay, so yes, she puts on sanitizer, but she will be massaging somebody after me, and another one after me, and another one after that one. Is it safe to go to these places?
I mean, I'm getting massage today, but I only opted for foot massage because I don't want somebody breathing down my neck. So it's like, blade that. I need a massage, but please skip.
Just
at
touch
the
my
feet.
feet and
Just
stay
touch
there,
my feet
down
and
there.
Stay down there, far away from my face. But yes, nothing we really do right now is safe.
You know,
Not really.
these are the same questions we were asking about Walfish Bay. Like, I mean, is it viable for some of these institutions to still be open, like bars and
Definitely not
nightclubs
bars
and stuff?
not yes. I think that we need to go back into lockdown for that. I mean, they need to close down. We had a case this weekend. I mean, I'm sure everybody's familiar with it. It's really making the rounds. You had a young man. He's not a teenager. He's a young man.
Dollars? What? No.
No, it's not adolescent.
Yes.
He's a young man.
Yes.
Who apparently got tested on Wednesday. He was supposed to stay in quarantine at home
Of course.
until he got his results, and that's what he assured health officials he would. This guy was gallivanting the city on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, his results came out positive. And so I think people he put out a WhatsApp update saying, well, I've tested positive. If you've had contact with me in the past 2 weeks, go get tested and go get quarantined. I understand that. Robert Mugabe clinic yesterday, a lot of people were coming there because over the space of those 3 to 4 days, there was a lot of partying happening. There's a lot of bars and clubs and hangout. They had house parties. And now, afterwards, the videos of those house parties, just the Saturday, the Saturday's pictures started coming up and you can see clearly no masks. There's hubbly-bubbly. I mean, those kids sharing pipes.
Those are the friends that your boys want to go visit. It's those ones.
Yeah. So, and the people having the time of their life in those videos. No precautions. Everybody's wearing that. Like, if you had a mask, it was around your neck, not on your face. I don't think I saw anybody with a face mask.
Luister. Okay, it's the 10th of the month, okay? It's only rich people's children who have parties around the 7th of the month. My kids have no money at the moment, so they were home this past weekend.
Yeah, but you know how rich kids are. You know how they say? Rich kids. You go to a club, they'll be like, it's a kos gaan buy toe.
Kos gaan buy toe.
Yeah. Nee, get die geld. Nee, is al van jou cover.
Yeah.
Get in the car.
Moet nie-
Ons gaan buy toe. And like 4 o'clock, go to Walfish Bay just to party and come and sleep at some hotel, right? And come back the next day.
My son told me last night, Daddy, I was supposed to be at that party.
I'll believe that.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, ek sal vir jou... Jy speel nie met my nie.
Okay. Daar is hy goed nou.
So what made you stop going? No, but Daddy, you guys don't want us to go anyway.
Yeah. So if it wasn't for you guys stopping them, they would have been at
And
the party.
instilling those, and then that fear of the COVID.
But my kids are not better than anybody else's kids.
Of course.
So
Of course.
they all, as subjective as we are about certain things that we do, we don't want anybody coming over to our house, but I go and get myself a haircut, okay, which is as equally as dangerous. Okay, so sometimes my kids do stuff that other kids are not doing. So yeah,
and we forget,
unfortunate.
And we forget because I saw like social media yesterday went on about this guy. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, he was reckless.
Yeah.
Completely, there should be accountability. He was completely
Yes.
reckless. You cannot get tested, and before your results are out, you're gallivanting around town. That is just plain wrong.
Yeah.
So no excuses for him. But I saw a lot of people that were criticizing him are also people that have been in the streets.
Yep, they've also
know,
been
the-
out gallivanting.
They've also been. The only difference, maybe they didn't get tested.
Yes.
And
course.
therefore we're not waiting for results. But still, I mean, if you're gonna go around gallivanting without your masks and taking all the precautions, then you're not any better because you could be a carrier too. And by not taking those precautions, you potentially risking other people's lives.
You know, it's like the AIDS conversation all over again,
Of
guys.
course, of course.
It's like, no, I'm like excited. I'm not gonna get it. You know, I'm fine. I'm not gonna get it. So
Yeah.
Ander
you
mense
walk-
sal kry.
Yeah, other mense sal kry. So you walk around. You walk around not taking any precautions, and you know, for like, and Neville, I don't know about you. Like for me, in my household, it becomes stressful to sort of take care of the whole family or to try and keep the whole family protected because, like for instance, now I have to be at work, so they have no idea who I'm coming into contact with, what the nature of that contact is.
Or what you do.
Exactly. How careful I'm being. Or even when she goes out. Luckily the kids are, you know, young. They are confined to to home for now.
Yeah.
They don't really have to go do stuff outside the house. But it's stressful. Like for instance, I walked out of the house, I think when was it? Like during the week somewhere, I think Wednesday or Thursday. So I walked out of the house and maybe just like 20 meters away and I realized, I'm not wearing my mask. But now I'm not going far, right? The place I'm going is like maybe a further 10 meters away. So I'm like, okay, let me just get what I want to get and then go back home.
But already, like, just
Ooh, the kind of fire that I faced when I got home. You don't want to know.
Cases are surging where I stay in the Liesnheim. At the shop, the gym is closed now because there was an incident at the gym. They released a statement yesterday. The last time I've been at the gym was about 2 weeks ago. First Angie. Yeah, so what can you do? What can you do?
Look at. Okay, maybe at some point we just have to accept that we're all gonna get it at some point.
It's a
all of us, okay? All of us.
It's a scary thought, though.
Yeah.
Dis warm. As jy die ding aansit, maak jy net erger warm. Ek was al klaar daar. I even switched it off because I found it on in the morning when I walked in. Okay, let's check out what's happening in the community section. Neville, come sit. I get paranoid when people are behind
Neville
me. Man.
wants
I'm
to
from
show-
Katutura. I don't like those things. Kom weg hier agter me, bro. Okay, Leslie Kamuseb, let's start here. Maria, your uncle should just not allow anyone awaiting pending results to go home and self-quarantine.
Correct.
As long as the Ministry of Health and Social Services allows such things, cases will increase. Human mindset is full of ignorance.
Very correct. And they should start prosecuting people that do go out. That's all.
Like with the $2,000 fine or more heavier punishments.
Yes, something is more severe. If you've been told to quarantine and then you are reported that you went out during that time, even if it was just to grab a bite.
Reckless endangerment.
Reckless endangerment. Could have attempted. No, I'm not saying attempted.
Yes,
but something very severe. Not something where you'll be in jail for 15 to 20 years. I mean, nothing exaggerated.
Yeah.
There should definitely be a fine or prison term for people that don't adhere to simple regulations, I would think.
Vistorina Madila, welcome back, Cubase. Thank you. Martin Emutoni, #lockdown commerce region. If we lock down commerce region, the country will starve. Everything goes through Windhoek. Ailey, Maida, Nuyoma. Neville, you just have to go for necessity things, all right? I think you are really risking your health here with the massages and the barber. I even considered it. It's like, maybe I should call my barber to come over and come. But then if he's here, I'll also be uncomfortable because my barber is also a talkative one and the kids know him. So like you just can't control the situation 100% of the time. So
okay, if Neville is not a young guy, so massages at this age are like a necessity.
It's not a luxury anymore.
It's not a
hello,
luxury.
isn't that why we got married?
Wait. Mevrouw massages me like this
While she's watching TV.
while she's watching TV. And then after 2 minutes, I'm busy watching Telemundo. Ask your daughter to. So that's how massages go at my house. So
I know.
no, sometimes she does. Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes you feel a little bit embarrassed too. Because she works hard and
Now I'm asking you to do this for me.
plus
Yeah.
nee man, so kom ek los net man. Let me just go and pay somebody to do this. So. and it might be a joke. You say it in a joke, but it's true what you're saying.
I'm not saying it in a joke. I know my dad used to call us to walk on his back.
Yeah,
I know.
it's true.
I know.
No, ek sê vir hierdie cherry Norida, ek sê vir haar, hey, stop telling people that I come here with pains. Okay? Miskien daar's young bokketjies who still think I'm cool. If you tell them, they say, oh, daai man het klomp pyn.
The joints.
Yeah, ou babke.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, but Noyama, what's her name? It's true. And that is why we try to be very transparent in stuff that we do right and some that we do wrong. So and I just put it out there. That's what I do.
There's no beating about the bush. We
Yeah,
know we are all like half in, half out.
Yeah.
Maggie Max Amakali saying good morning. Paulus Ndapewa. Yeah, guys, ek sien dat raak erg in Windhoek nou. But all you have to do is just stay safe. And the president must lock down commerce region.
At some point, it's going to become a reality.
Let me ask, the whole locking down of the regions, is that effective? I mean, we saw with Erongo. Under lockdown, how many people from Erongo were still popping up in other parts of the country?
Yes, but given it would have been a bigger spread, a wider spread, a faster spread.
If people had just been moving,
if people were just able to move. So of course, in that sense, it was effective. Of course, you're going to find people going out, and it just takes one person.
It delayed sort of the inevitable.
Yes, basically, yeah.
But then we didn't spend any time getting ready while we were,
No, we didn't, sadly.
with the delay.
Maar daar is my oom se foto, so.
Wie se foto is it?
Next.
Nee, somebody has to take the.
Is die oom se voet nie?
It's fine. Let's blame it on Dr. Bernard Aufshuku.
Yes.
Come on, yes. It's Dinah's skull.
Yeah, it was difficult. No, I'm just joking. I love Dr. Bernard Aufshuku as well.
Denzel Spiegel, bank tellers will touch money that comes from you, but won't touch your mobile phone for the bank account number.
You see?
What should we really have contact
You
with?
see?
and what not.
There he gave another classic example of being subjective about one thing and objective about another thing.
Yes. We are still trading with money. I mean, even when you're standing at an ATM, like it's just like dancing with the devil here.
As old school as I am, guys, I've tried to educate myself into cell phone banking, electronic banking the last the last 2 months. I have this under wraps now, guys. I don't need to queue up anymore.
For cash, you can do this thing on your phone.
Ek doen alles nou. You saw.
Have you started?
I've started it.
That's good,
I
that's
do everything from my
That is
phone.
brilliant.
I do
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
You should have.
It's the best way.
Yeah.
Ronnie Joe Kandiri Kirira. Neville, you don't need to go to the barber shop to get your hair cut. Just ask your missus. It's that easy.
It's waar, Miss Bliss. So you just have to take you must just take a machine and run it through. But he wants the full treatment.
But
The hot towels and
guys, then again, you know what? Hello. Sometimes you just want to go and be entertained.
yeah.
Just groom me and.
But have you noticed something about? I'm watching. You used to always like shave everything. Now you're letting it. You still now just trim.
Leaving a little bit of a scruffy look there.
I've looked at my scruffy look during lockdown, and it's sort of.
I like the
So, Mafro likes the clean cut version. I don't like it anymore. I like the bit of scruffy look. So, even yesterday when I'm telling the guy, nee, los so bikini. Yeah, los, yeah.
Net a bietjie.
Hy moet nog wees. Bradley Bokas, maar nee man Neville. Net na ek sê jy is bang vir COVID, boom, gaan jy baba en massages goed te stoef.
No, Bokas, dis hoekom ek sê my bro. Sometimes we do stuff that also soos Phariseers, we criticize other people for some stuff while we are doing other stuff.
Yep.
And that is why we are brutally honest on this show. And that is why I am honest about stuff that I do right and some of the stuff that I do wrong. So it's stuff that we all, as we sit here, the three of us, the four of us sitting here, and all of you out there, look at stuff that you do. And even as the president said, I think about a week or two ago when he had his address, before you go out, decide, is this trip that I'm taking, is it necessary?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But like nobody wants to conform to that. Everybody still wants to do their own thing.
I mean, if in all honesty, I think I've been most strict with my kids than I have with myself, which is weird because if I'm not taking the necessary precautions,
It's
all
no
the time,
point in them
it's
taking
no
the-
point because I'm in and out of the house every day. For example, like I haven't taken my son to get his hair is a bush right now, and I just there's so much fear about taking him to a barber. I don't go with them to the shops. I don't allow them to. I've had a child come and play and slept over, but I don't allow them to go for sleepovers or anything like that right now. And so I'm stricter, but I'm actually realizing that it's almost pointless because the only person that is in and out of that house at least during the week
Is you?
is me. And how safe am I, or what type of precautions am
Are
I
you
taking
taking,
to
yes.
ensure? I mean, yes, when I get home, I sanitize my hands and whatever. But if I'm already a carrier,
Yes. Then there's no point.
then there's no point. And yeah, I need to do better.
And it's difficult to not be affectionate with your kids when you're at home.
Oh no, that's not even. Let me tell you something. If there's anything my kids and I will never learn right now, is or unlearn.
It's
Affection.
Yes.
It's part of our it's communication for us.
Yeah.
So my daughter will never know how not to hug or to say hello when she sees me and run to me. She will never learn not to do that. So
friends of mine, they are celebrating their daughter's 21st birthday
yeah.
next week. Lazarus Jacobs is turning 50 next week. We wanted to host a surprise party for him. So collectively, and that's why I'm saying it out here, because it's not a surprise party anymore, because there will not be any party.
Yeah.
So, and I told him yesterday, my broer, we were supposed to have a surprise party for you. Because you're turning 50. It's a landmark. Ons kan dit nie doen nie.
Yeah.
Okay? He needs to be home with his family. as much as we would have liked to, we can't.
I was actually also thinking about a surprise party for a friend, but it's we
Kom
had
ons los
to-
dit goed.
I'm not doing any parties, guys.
We
Don't
had-
invite.
No, we had to cancel this.
Yeah, don't invite me to parties. And if you can email me or WhatsApp or SMS, don't come to my house. Don't come even to my
Live stream
office.
your party to me.
Yes. Yeah, let's go
or
back to live
stream it to the
streaming
whole
parties.
Instagram community. This is me and my wife. We're about to cut the cake now. Laz might actually do that.
Yeah, let him do it with his wife and kids.
Yeah.
That would be nice. Erasi EK. Ai toch. Morning Q, welcome back. I feel like starting trouble. Hashtag start safe. Just shake you up a bit.
Hey, los, moenie begin nie asseblief.
Sien jy net, die land is hulle nie van my nie. I go away and then they start giving away things on the show.
Ja,
Now I'm back as niks meer.
ons het net vir jou gewag dat jy net terugkom.
Leben mooi
Oh, sorry. Continue. No.
kulilila. What are you seeing?
No, it's okay. Continue.
Okay. My cousin's friend tested positive some days back. He was told to go home and quarantine himself. Just unlock Erongo region. There is no need to be panicking anymore.
Yeah, no?
Open the floodgates. Bradley Kubisep, Meria, los toch die toppies educate aids. Let's not start with Zello and Leeds. Goede. What was Leeds? Is that something I missed last week? What is Leeds?
I don't know.
okay.
What was Leeds? I don't know.
Okay. Let's leave that one there.
It was you when you said, let me lead the comments.
Oh, I can't tell him. You guys even remember my mistakes, let's say. Trina,
What was Emmy saying last week?
Oh, vigorous.
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 Not vigorous,
Oh,
vigorous.
vigorous.
That's his word.
That now one is. Yeah. Trina, I don't know how to pronounce that surname, so I'm just going to leave it. Anyway, and please, people who have tested must wait for results before starting to travel. If you are suspecting, you must just, you already know what you are supposed to be doing. I don't know why people still need to be told these things over and over again. Bevan Loki, Stefanus, hoekom sien ek nie die start safe winner op die live vandag nie?
Nee, hoekom moet ons die stad safe window op die live sit? Wat, laat jy wat maak, Hoeka?
Oh, het julle mense in die studio
Did the
ingebring?
person DM?
The person hasn't DM'd me yet.
The people are not winning money. Why are you guys interested in them? They're only
What's his
interested.
surname again? Mushimba, ne?
Mushimba, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our Cubase, how was your self-quarantine, Omes? Raymond Besson, Neville, just say to the missus, I'll pay you. Dan word jy vinnig uitgesort. The money that you want to go pay at the massage parlor. You say, Mrs.,
There's nothing that
I have like 400 or 500. I don't know
activates
how
a
much.
woman like money. You are right.
Like, I immediately have your attention.
I will pay her.
Avril Smith, with this backlog of results, we will always be behind the virus. We don't. We should go back to stage 1 and rethink our approach. We lost the first round. Government must admit that they lost control of this situation. Ask for help, President Hage. When is the president speaking to us again? I'm still disturbed at the fact that he speaks to the nation so little while we are going through so much.
Well, my uncle's been talking to us.
No, your uncle has just been reading us numbers.
Thank you so much. Respect, my guy. That's respect.
No, it's not.
Uncle, Omo.
It's not a shot at the whole family, just at the uncle. Don't worry. Okay, Lichi Mongo. Good morning. I think I heard of 2 similar cases. The one Maria just described, and another of a popular Nam tweep that traveled to Rundu and went gallivanting while waiting for his results, which came back positive.
Yeah, no?
I suggest a lockdown in Komas region.
Rock down, huh?
It's written with an R. Joshua Hadula, imagine getting a fine just for attending church. Like I saw there was one of those churches in Herero Lokasi Wadoka quarantine.
Yeah.
People even asked
10 people.
Bly daarso by die kerk. Just stay there.
Muhona
Yes.
Yesu.
And you know, a lot of people have that mentality. Unfortunately, it's like, no, God will protect us. God will protect me. God will protect you if you
Okay, but-
protect yourself. If
Okay,
that's what you believe.
Yeah, but I understand. You need to also sometimes understand the mentality. Like I think about my mother, right, who's in
Yeah.
church every Sunday, and for her, and apart from that, she, she's a pensioner now, so she doesn't have to be out there. She stays at home, and my mom is, I think, one of those very strict people in terms of how she's protecting herself, because she knows she's not young anymore, and she knows, like she's a higher risk because she's in her late 60s now, but. The one thing that she still draws a lot of joy from and a sense of normalcy is just the church. Like for her to be able to go to church and praise and so forth. That I think has been good for her, like mental well-being. And I think obviously if you're not a Christian or you're not a practicing one, it seems ridiculous. But for some people, that's really all they look forward to all week, and it's just for a mental well-being. But obviously, the churches take precautions. They keep the windows open. People social distance. They keep their masks on. I'm not saying there's still no risk there, because it is still
It
a
is still a
gathering.
high risk.
It's high risk.
Yeah, it's still a gathering, but for some people, you don't understand what those 2 hours at church mean. Like it means nothing for some people, but for some people it means the world. So
I told my mother, because she's also a very church-going woman. For the last couple of weeks, or months, she's not been going to church. And suddenly, out of the blue, about 2 weekends ago, ek het net gevoel die gees. Die gees. Ek het net gevoel ek moet in die kerk wees. Toe gaan ek kerk toe. Ek sê, wat het ma by die kerk gaan soek? Nee, maar my kind, ek sal nie weer kerk toe gaan nie. Ek sal nie weer. Ek het ook vir pastoor gesê. Ek sê, stop going to church. Nee, maar die mense kom soek hier vir my by die huis, because she's 71 years old. So she's got friends who are dying now all over the place. Nee, jy ken toch vir Maria, die ander vriendin van my. Sy het ons gedood laas week. Die mense kom soek vir my vir die lekwak for the week. Ek sal nie gaan nie. Laat hulle vir haar begrawe. Toe sê ek, you say this stuff now in front of me, and then you turn up, and then I hear you were at this lekwak. You stop going to lekewaks, to funerals. Nee, my kind, ek sal nie gaan nie. Maria, tell your mother she doesn't need to go to church, please.
Like,
I'm trying.
It's difficult to convince them. Like, for instance, even yesterday, I was speaking to my mom, and she's complaining about my little sister, our last born. It's like, nee, sy wil in die dorp gaan rondloop, and she wants to do this. Ek ken nie, what. I'm like, nee man, Zali, die kinders, en what, kom was hulle aan, and it's like, yeah, maar even die naweek, ek was by haar begrafnis, I'm like, los maar net die hele story, so right, Zali, just leave everything.
So our mothers chastising us for walking around.
And then they go to church.
Maar hulle gaan begrafnisgoede toe, going to churches and stuff like that.
Exactly, yeah. And we are here stressing about them.
Yeah?
If there's anybody, I'm less worried for the kids.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
I think for the most part, I'm fortunate enough to have healthy kids. But my mom is the older one. I mean, she's not very old, but she's 66. So obviously she's the one I would be most concerned for right now.
How long has your mother been 66?
She's born in 1954. She's been since May.
She's been 66 for 4 years now, Maria.
No,
how is this math working
Because
here?
Vambos, they have this obsession with 1966. It's when SWAPO started the liberation struggle.
1966.
Yeah.
She's born in 1954.
Yeah, but
No,
why
but
is she
the
66
number
years old?
66.
Why?
Do the maths,
Why?
Come on, the number.
My mother is 66. She went to school for the first time in Okwaluto in 1966. She joined the nursing fraternity of the SWAPO party in 1966. Alice is not 66. Now she's also 66. Oh, Maria.
Stop. Raymond Basson.
Still.
We should just go back to stage 3 and bring back the police operations in and around Windhoek. Like this would have been a great time for us to be complaining about Kalahari, don't you think? for them to just be on the streets. So we have something to complain about for a little while in Deitunga's direction.
No, trust me, this now, the fishing thing that came out, we're going to have something to complain about for the next month.
Is daar weer vis? Wat voor?
The fish that's being auctioned.
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh yeah, I
Kom
saw
ons-
that, eh?
Kom ons
I
lees
saw
maar.
that,
Kom
I
ons
saw
lees maar comments.
Actually, we have to get into it, but yeah, finish reading the comments first.
Deciding bars and clubs, barbers should close. Might look fine on the eye if you earn a fixed salary. Bars, clubs, and barbers also need to feed their families. First lockdown was not a joke. It broke marriages, relationships, and family. After effects and depression still visible.
By the way, people say this like it's a joke, but really, I think lockdown was a make or break for a lot of marriages. I know 3 people that are getting divorced after lockdown.
Because they are together too much.
I think there was
Please
just a
explain
breakdown.
this to me.
No, I mean, I'm not married. I'm
Yeah.
not the one in the marriage, and obviously they haven't gone into details. But I know 3 people that are getting divorced now, and it seems it's just said that the strain of lockdown and it has had an effect.
It's difficult.
And it's not just them. I was looking.
Poor
I think
Maria.
no, it's true. I was reading an article as well about like the peak in divorce rates in China during
Yeah.
the lockdown. It
Yep.
went up like drastically.
I remember seeing those reports
Yes.
of the divorces.
So
in
and so
China.
I guess it's a question of, do you really know your partner? Look at it this way: you get married, and let's say you're both working individuals, or she's like in your case, she's a stay-at-home, but you're mostly working.
Yeah.
And so you see her after hours for those few hours until the next day, and then you're gone again. If there's really a time that you spend together, it would be a weekend, or alternatively holidays. That's usually 2 weeks tops.
Yeah.
And that's all you really know about
Each other.
each other. During lockdown, there were people that were forced to, for a month,
8 hours.
every day, and you're
24/7.
24/7 every day for about a month, and
Says
you're not.
lockdown, my bro.
And for some of these people are people that they've never had to be in each other's space that long, that constantly.
That's sober.
That's sober. That's sober. So a lot of new stuff came up. But
Yeah.
I think on the flip side is also it strengthened some people's
So-
relationships.
Yes.
So
of course.
it's worked for some people and it's drastically failed for others.
Depending on where you were to start with.
But you must said it strengthened your bond, no?
No, we were cool.
Yeah.
We were cool. And
Because I said you started enjoying being at home more.
yeah, and I think the time that we've spent with the kids also. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I came to know certain character traits about my kids that
That you
I
had
didn't
missed.
know about.
Yeah.
Yes, there were times wat ek net daai vrou net vir haar ma wil gaan gegee het. Vat net julle se kind terug. And she obviously also felt the same way. Kan jy net na jou ma se huis toe gaan Karatura toe? You know, but for most part, you know what? It was really, really cool. It you know what?
Yeah.
It's different for
Different people.
For different people, yeah.
people, but
Yeah.
it's sad to hear that.
It is sad, but I think definitely divorce. A lot of people are getting divorced. Yeah. Sad.
All right, let's get to that fish auctioning thing. I'm curious now. What's that all about? Who's auctioning fish?
So we actually have the article. Maybe you should read it a little bit. On Informanté, we posted it. You'll see a picture of Albert Kawana and fish.
Which one is Albert Kawana?
Heerlik.
I only know IPC. Vason Siso. Okay, don't be quiet while I'm looking
All
for
right.
the article.
Okay. So just quickly, while he's looking for the article.
Okay, I see it here.
Oh, you see. Okay, then you can go ahead.
Okay, an international auction of Namibia's fishing quota must supply the government with urgent foreign currency to pay for the battle against the COVID-19 pandemic. All right, the move to auction the natural resources has left the entire fishing sector with more uncertainty. The Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, Albert Kawana, stated in an official letter to stakeholders in the fishing industry that the country has run out of cash. In the letter, Kawana informed the chairman of the Confederation of Namibian Fishing Associations, Mati Amukwa, that the government is in the process of auctioning off its governmental objective fish quota to foreign fishing companies. The minister states in the letter that revenue in foreign currency thus generated will be used to mitigate the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic in Namibia. You want me to read the full article?
No, it's cool.
You can, of course, go check it out on the Informanté page after you are done watching the morning mix.
Just so I clarified, it is 40, 60, right? 40 local, 60 is what is going to be auctioned. Just give that percentage.
Let me just look for it here. I don't see it here.
It should be in the article.
This is a long article. I have to skim through it
All right,
for a
okay,
little
no,
while.
it's fine. Yeah, but I think it should be about, I edited the story, so I should know. It's about 60-40, so they're going to auction of 60%, and then 40 will be for the local. I know there is a lot of discontent, for lack of a better word, over this decision. Number one, I think the stakeholders are complaining that they were not consulted. So there was this, it's obviously a cabinet decision, so it's not just Albert Kawana, it's a government decision, therefore it went through cabinet. But the industry was not consulted. And ultimately, when there's no consultations, then there's always accusations of lack of transparency,
Yes.
which is, I think, especially when you're dealing with natural resources, and not just any natural resources, when you're dealing
Yes.
with fish,
The one that we've been struggling with
the one that's been making headlines
Yes,
and
exactly.
causing a lot of uproar in the country,
Exactly.
then I think perhaps you should consult better, and you should try to be more transparent with the process. I understand that maybe this was the running out of time because they need the money. It seems like they need that cash injection now.
ASAP.
But it's left so many questions because, number one, usually the natural resources are supposed to benefit people, even in terms of
The locals, yes.
Yeah, in terms of even employment. But if you're talking about the foreign ships and with the lockdown, so everything, I'm guessing they're not gonna come to the.
So they're not even going to dock at our ports?
Yeah, they're not gonna.
Like,
dock it.
they're going to just fish in our waters and then...
Yes, and then how do you control the fishing in the water?
Yeah.
Like if for example it's for horse mackerel, like if you catch other stuff, like what?
Yes.
There is no inspector. How do you regulate that?
And you need to understand, most of these fishing vessels have like packaging facilities on the ship.
Yes, and by the way, the other
Yeah, there's
packaging
a value
facility
add,
per the Namibian laws, I please, if I'm wrong, help me out. But I think I remember distinctly reading that the regulation says 30% should at least, or it can be done on the ship, but 70% has to be
on land.
on
land,
land,
yeah.
and that was to help with the employment. So like the packaging and the production or whatever of the fish, 70% of it has to happen on land to create jobs. That's obviously not going to be happening, or is it? I don't know, because it's just so unclear in how it's going to be executed. It seems like right now it's just, here's fish, highest bidder, take it, maak wat jy wil, it's all right. Ons wil net die geld hê. And that's it sets a very dangerous precedent.
But like, look, I also sort of understand the predicament of government in that they need some foreign currency. They need to bring in some foreign currency into the country. But it's like auctioning off our natural resources.
Yeah.
That is the only option that we have
and it's
left.
fish, like.
And it's fish. It's as controversial as it is at the moment.
Yes. Because
So-
some people ask, like, really, what's the difference? The only difference is, as you're saying, that individual, like, what's the difference with the fish rot and what's happening now?
Yeah.
I mean, if there's a difference, of course, it's like those ones was for personal gain,
And this is for...
and this is supposed to be for the country.
Yeah.
But really, I mean, the model is not all
They're
that.
just officializing the other
Yes,
model.
it's just it's being officialized, you know. But yeah,
I'm so numb. I mean, when I saw the article yesterday, I didn't even bother reading it because I think the industry per se, it would take a lot for the industry to sort of gain some credibility again because of what has happened, I think, in the last couple of months.
Yeah.
And maybe this was a feeble attempt at it because it obviously doesn't seem to be carrying the interest of all Namibians there at large at the moment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
It's difficult. But like, look, it shows like 30 years after independence, this is where we are, right? As a country, the only thing that we have to offer to this world is our natural resources. We haven't developed really in our human resources that we can export that for some FedEx or what do you call it?
Let me tell you something. Like when I decided to take on this journey to become a pescatarian, right? I think it was only then that I realized, like, what an expensive exercise it was. Like, I was going to spend more eating fish and seafood than I was beef and poultry and whatever. It's despite us having sea. Fish and seafood is so expensive in this country, more expensive than beef. I don't understand it, and I'm trying to, but I don't understand it. So my thing is, our natural resources, who are they actually benefiting when even fish is expensive? And it shouldn't be. I think it should be that one commodity that, if you can't eat beef, everybody should be able to eat fish every day. If nothing else, we should all be able to eat fish every day.
Because our waters are rich with
Exactly.
different types of fish.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that's not even the case. So I'm still flabbergasted in how exactly the industry is managed, how they regulate even just pricing. But this auctioning thing is...
Hey, toch, Maria, this thing is not for poor people. Saki said it.
Yeah. Quota's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I foresee a lot of controversy coming from it.
I mean, even so, that it's still supposed to benefit everybody. And this is going to get murky.
It is, for sure.
It's gonna get
Already murky waters.
Battista Italiano, online from Mozambique. Thank you for tuning in this morning.
The fish!
Otto Shiumino, welcome back, Cubase.
I know, but it's Portuguese.
No, it's like slang.
Is it only Angolan slang?
I don't know if that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's extended to, or if it's just an Angolan slang, because it's not even. It's not even.
I thought it was Portuguese.
No.
The fish.
Okay, so what do you guys say there in Mozambique?
In Mozambique, you don't say tafish. They say tabif. Are you serious? Vistorin Amadilla, yeah, but I would really prefer...
useless, Go back.
Oh, okay, let me move. I'll move. Fish Road Part 2. JMJ Usizi, run out of cash tea. It's a lie. They should just print there by Bank of Namibia.
Didn't we get money from Saku?
Aren't we getting money for every COVID-19 case?
I know we're getting some money
From
from
the
WHO.
international, yeah.
We're getting some money from WHO. I think we got money from Saku. I know they're considering this loan.
From IMF.
From
the IMF, yes.
So I don't really...
But like I am honestly, as much as we need money, I am uncomfortable with this administration taking on any more loans. Because we are going to have to pay it back, and our kids are going to have to pay it back over the years, and some of the money will come. Like, we still don't know what happened to the 8.1 billion, guys, that we initially set aside for the COVID-19 pandemic. We just know 800 million was divided into 750s and sent to people, and that is about it.
And I think you've said it yourself.
Yes.
You've said it yourself in a sense that, look, this new initiative to auction could be a great plan, right? Could be something that is very transparent, and it's really gonna benefit people. There's a genuine plan in place. The problem is when you don't trust your government, and there is a lot of distrust right now. Like everything you do, it's a very difficult way to govern, I think, because whatever proposal you give, there's always like, we yet no.
Yeah.
I mean, and I understand there's scrutiny, there's skepticism, there is just... I think I do kind of sometimes feel sorry for the president, because really anything that government announces right now will be criticized, and people always be trying to figure out what's the catch, like what's the thought behind it, who
will benefit,
how, and people always think there's a motive behind every decision, and I can't blame Namibians for thinking like that. I think we've been screwed over so many times. And
it's like you say, I think when it comes to to the auctioning off of land.
Yeah.
You have these different lots all over our city. And you know, for instance, that for a very long time you have certain cartels who make sure that they put certain people in place who can actually, you know, get these lots. People are put in certain positions to make sure that, you know what, that lot will probably go for this. Let's put Maria and Cubase there. This lot will go for that price. Let's put this one and that one there. You don't know if people think there are people who are already been put into place to actually, you know, scoop up these lots of quotas that we're talking about. We don't know. We can only just speculate. And is this distrust that you're talking about here?
But it reminds me of, I remember Maria quoting the First Lady's comment on corruption like a while back on the show. It is sort of a culture that we have all come to accept in this country. It only becomes a problem when it's the other side that is benefiting and not us. So that obviously is going to breed a lot of, you know, skepticism and scrutiny, especially with our leadership. Anyway,
let me quickly just read. Aili made a Nuyoma's. By the way, this Aili really made us laugh because she was she was going on about the Mushimba girl that won because of her surname by virtue of Nuyoma. Anyway, she says, Maria, most of the things produced in Namibia are expensive. Fish is even more expensive in Wild Fish Bay.
yes.
You see? They have a sea right there, and fish is expensive.
But how is that possible? A lot of our local products are more expensive than what we import.
From the source.
Look.
Because they go out and come back in.
Look, listen, it's one of the things that sort of plays into it is we are competing against much bigger organizations, the guys who are importing these things. For instance, I don't know, a Spar or whatever, their brand of food that they make. Like, they have so many shops across so many different geographical locations that they can afford to lower their price without affecting their profit margin too much. As opposed to that little company that's employing 50 people somewhere in Karibib and is producing butter. So they have to keep their prices a bit higher in order to actually remain profitable.
But it's fish, bra. You take it out of the sea.
Yeah, but you know, there's process.
Squinny.
There's processing. The people who are at the factory needs to get paid. The people who are pulling it out of the water needs to get paid. The director needs to get a fat check.
I understand.
Minister of Fisheries needs to get his cut.
No, I get that. I understand that part. But I'm saying that the sad part is, and I told you this, when we worked it out, the metric tons that were lost through this fish rot. When we worked it out, it was the equivalent of 2 fish per person per day. Meaning every Namibian could have received 2 fish per day per person. And so you need to now think in that sense so that you really understand the type of natural resources we have. I mean, if there was really, I think, enough determination, a solid plan in place, because if you even think about what Fishco was doing through the fish rot, the ideas were great. It's just that
they were benefiting the wrong people.
They were benefiting individuals.
Yes.
So if you had removed that corruption element from it, that self-gain element from it, and that those resources and the money that was generated via Fishco, this country would not be looking for funding right now. For COVID-19, there would be money in the state coffers because of just how much we've generated. So again, we have the resources. There can be tangible, proper plans for our development. Like, I mean, fish can really not just sustain our communities, but more than that. And like, you know, the nice thing with fish is something that you can dry. You know?
Yes.
In the village, you don't have...
Exactly.
You just dry it and they can...
We also do that with meat.
Yes, you can also dry meat. We call it in my language odingu.
We call it biltong.
Listen, the whole concept of dried fish for Cubase being from Okanya, being here, what fish?
Let me tell you.
Meat.
Let me tell you my experience with dried fish. Like, I did tell you, my dad was in politics. Like, before he retired, right? So on a farm one holiday, he comes with Daai groot sakke man waarin die voer is. Those big things. Full of those little dried fish that are salty. Those
very salty.
Those things was like you had to boil it like maybe 4 times and throw out the water for it to get just to the regular, normal
taste.
Yeah.
So when you talk about dried fish, that is the only image I have in my head. Like I physically is met hulle se oë wat jou kyk terwyl jy hom wil eet. Me, I just don't understand those things.
So what I was saying is like, so we do have the resources, and I think if it was managed better and we had people that really wanted to make that change, we wouldn't be struggling. But again, I don't know if this is the way to go. To auction like 60% of our resources right now to the highest bidder, it's prostitution.
Like, there's something that we are sort of not really mentioning, because I saw in even in South Africa, the corporate world basically also pulled together and sort of handed money to the government in order to aid the fight against COVID-19. We haven't heard much of that happening here. I mean, there are some big hitters in the Namibian market as far as local companies and some multinationals that have been operating here for years, who obviously have the capacity to help government out in this kind of situation. So why isn't anybody sort of looking in that direction?
I think it's difficult enough. I mean, I think South Africa is going through their own crisis at the moment because money,
Worst one.
which is worse because money that was basically supposed to go for fighting COVID-19 again went to a lot of the ANC's cronies at the moment.
Yes.
So Cyril, at this moment in time, there's such a big corruption scandal at the moment in South Africa because of this.
Yeah.
They first have to unearth who benefited from this COVID-19 scam again while people are dying again on the other side.
That creates,
So,
it creates another
double whammy.
mistrust situation where I'm sure even some of the corporate companies have been sitting with like, you know what, we've got...
I'm not going to give my money to government.
Yeah, we've got money to give, but this guys, if we give it the money, it's not going to go where it's supposed to go.
This is when I say this is what I hate about leadership. And I'm not just talking about our own country. I'm just looking, if you look around Africa, in general, like this is the stuff that pains me to no end, that there's a crisis, quite literally life or death, for many people. And you're still finding a way to self-enrich, to steal, it's the most unprincipled way of just existing, Like, gosh, where's the humanity? People are dying, If you can get like a cut of, let's say, just your usual profits to be able to help, great. But if you're trying to get what you haven't even worked with, just like through corruption. You look at this, like I'm saying, even the health minister in Zimbabwe, like what he was doing, it's stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're like, hello. How are you trying to get like millions of dollars just Jay?
People die all the time. This money is not going to be here forever.
Yeah.
It's just this one opportunity. But that is the mentality that these guys are sitting with. It is sad. Vistorina Madila, I agree with Cubase on taking on more loans. The price to pay will haunt us. As for the 8.5 billion, there is or was a breakdown. This morning, I was listening to Eagle FM. The presenter mentioned that firms such as KPMG had the breakdown. I remember seeing a document as well. 5.6 billion was to revive businesses. Lots of it was to pay VAT that was due. Construction, etc. Hello, like... Yeah, everything is rotten in this country. Felicity Gontes Luderitz, when was the auction issue discussed in Parliament and my sword boy and Venani just accept without intervening? Why 60% was, why not 40? That goes outside. Yeah, where was Swart Boy? Were you in quarantine when this discussion was being had, my brother? Petrus Boyki Alugodi, with all foreign donations made towards COVID and 1 billion from finance, I think they should start giving all data they are using to make such decisions. Hashtag start safe. Thank you. Call our offices for more information.
Sorry, have you heard that Russia might have a cure?
Right? I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
They were
Russia
busy.
might have
They
a
were
cure.
busy hacking.
Apparently, they're rolling it out now, first to just see, but it seems to be, it could be something.
They were busy hacking everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you guys working on? Let me see.
I know a lot of people think like if anybody will find the cure, it's China. I actually think it's Russia. I think if anybody have got good medical, I mean, you know.
The problem with China at the moment in finding a vaccine is credibility issues.
Yeah, like are you trying to infect us?
Yeah,
or are you trying to cure us?
So
Yeah.
it would be in China's best interest that they find a proxy for
their
the
vaccine.
vaccine.
They can give it to Kim Jong-un. Liewe Hiskia, jy moet klip fish. Of jy moet klip fish of harder stryd, maar se kind.
Awe.
Die mense soek net enige vis.
Awe.
Well, the international guys. So we give them our less valuable fishes, I guess. Maybe that's an idea.
Osmakarel, masbanker. Osmakarel and masbanker. That's the black gold of Africa. If you can get a quota on that.
Because there's so much of it
So much
floating around in our oceans.
Yeah.
But then is it then fair to say it's less valuable?
It's very valuable.
Exactly my
it's
point.
it's
Mas
black
Banker
gold.
is
Individually, it's
Highly
not as expensive as, let's say, for instance, snook, but then the sheer number makes up for
Or
it.
hake.
Yeah, but even the hake, the trawlers that you use for that are like different. Like
Yeah.
that's expensive to just because they you have to follow them with the car. They don't stay in one place.
Yes.
So there's like you spend more money. There's certain trawlers that you need. Is that what you call them, right?
Trawlers, yeah.
I'll be joining the fishing industry very soon. I'm talking here sophisticated.
People will start thinking James was whispering things to you.
It's
So don't talk about fish like that.
Hey!
Cube base is back.
Yeah.
you know what? I don't like you anymore.
Yeah.
I really don't. Actually,
Listen.
now I'm realizing you ignite that stuff. Nobody
a
said
bully.
anything the whole week you were
Thank you.
No, it just,
I agree.
Yeah.
look,
I agree.
it was a trigger. You triggered me. It was you. Why would you trigger me?
Ons moet mooi praat after the show. I don't like you very much right now. Anyway, continue.
Listen.
Hy word elke
my
week
goodness.
uitgesort. Okay, I don't know what that is. Maria, we got already from Saku. Alone? I'm assuming that was about
Yeah,
alone.
that's what I said. Yeah, we got. I just don't know how it was spent.
Worry, Irene.
Come on, no, this money was used to revive businesses. Which businesses did you revive? Yeah. Anyway, Rauterman Imbili Timotheus. Maria en Neville, let's trade. I am living in Luderitz. Stier vlees en hoender, ek stier vis. Sharp. Can't you see Cubase is not complaining about how expensive fish is? I'm not complaining because I'm the one who's selling the fish. Yeah, I got hake and snook. Give your boy a call.
Hake is fish for beginners.
Nee, hake is for...
I don't like hake.
I also
I
like
like
hake.
hake.
I like hake as well. Raymond Basson, Maria, you are right. That's why Namibians don't eat fish. Our fish are too expensive. But then Namibians also...
Fish is too expensive.
You guys
not
must understand that we don't all have the same sort of mentality. There are a lot of Namibians who also turn their noses up at fish, especially the free fish that you're getting from government. It's like,
Yeah.
What free fish?
No, I'm saying in case that you would be getting like subsidy or something like that. It's like,
what subsidy?
I don't know. There are food parcels and stuff that have been given that
What
have
food
been given around.
parcels?
How did we get those fish? I don't know where they came from. It came from government
So
somehow.
You went to go buy it at what is this?
No, I didn't buy.
Fish consumption.
Yeah, fish consumption.
Yeah, obviously
Okay.
at a very
Discounted,
very discounted
but
price.
you still paid for it.
Yeah, you still paid for it, but
But they're all
then
white
again,
elephants now.
yeah, then again, they made it actually quite possible for people to have access to
fish.
to fish.
Yes.
Yes.
Then again, traditionally, only certain people would obviously buy into it.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people who like, eating fish per se. So, and as you say, the fish consumption it's really been quiet lately.
No, it's a white elephant.
How up, man?
Yeah.
Fish consumption. What is fish consumption?
Namibia fish consumption. Have you not seen the logo ever in your life?
It was actually
They've
a
not
great
hired me,
initiative.
so I
It was a
don't
great initiative where they started this kind of little shops around the country, and then people can go there and buy fish, but like in bulk, but cheap.
Cheap.
But no.
It didn't. But then, like a concept like that is technically it's supposed to be working. So.
Yeah, I think it was hand in hand. They were working with Fish Core actually. Yeah, but yeah.
There we go again.
Yeah. Asino Kambikiti fish goes weer terug. Mara, is Parliament not closer now because of Corona case? When did they meet up or live stream, Hapo,
Yeah, it's been a
discuss
while.
this? Or maybe it's something that was discussed.
There was a case.
Yeah, there was.
There was a positive case
yes, at
at
Parliament.
Parliament.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
Ricky Klassen, Cubase is back in the house. Hashtag Informanté Radio. Thank you. Angolans love Masbanker.
Os makarel.
Yeah.
Maar hulle kan dit lekker kook.
Nee.
Ja.
Jeremy,
Te veel little
Maar keep us-
bones.
for me, all fish has a lot
I know
of
you
little
don't eat
Except
any
hake.
fish.
Yeah, I hate even the fillets. Like sometimes you will find one. That one is also a problem for me. What's the and you know what's weird? I watch my when we're eating fish. I watch my wife even chewing the bones. I'm like, how do you do that?
There's people that chew
It's
the
like,
head.
It's like ek is a bochter, jong. I grew up with these things. I'm
I
like,
love the
damn.
head.
You eat the head
I eat the head.
I can't even look at it.
I think
You
my
eat
two
the head?
favorite. Yeah, I eat it.
of the fish.
Yes. The juiciest, even the snook heads. Because our family in Walfish Bay, my wife's sister and her husband, they would have this inside lane of just getting snook heads. And she would just bake it in an oven when we are there in Walfish Bay. Okay? It's so tasty, Maria.
Dis die vlees nie.
That's vlees.
Op wat is die kop?
Any kop, that's vlees. The eyes, the everything.
The eyes as well.
Yes, I eat anything. Yeah. But my favorite fish is definitely galjoen. Salmon is not a Namibian. We don't find salmon in our waters.
Salmon.
Salmon.
It's a silent L.
Salmon. I can't but Maria.
But like, maybe it's there, but it's not for local consumption.
It's very expensive.
And steenbras. I love steenbras. But
I love
whole.
I love salmon as well. But it's very expensive. But
No,
I
salmon
love
is
it.
expensive.
I think that's my favorite fish. But
Those things are not for local consumption. They are in our waters, but they are. It's like our goat meat.
you know, like
can't
they're
eat
this
it.
big, right? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, salmon.
Yeah.
What's that ugly one? That ugly fish. Never mind.
Is there a beautiful fish?
No, they are ugly, and then there are uglier ones.
Like masbanga
Maria.
is lelik.
Nee,
Kop.
maar wat is die naam, man?
Eet die
Ik
vis se
weet die
kop.
naam gehad.
It's alright.
Anyway, Petrus
It's like
Boykie
asking you to chew
Alugodi.
the chicken bones.
Because
You don't chew chicken bones.
Do you chew them?
I chew. Hey, ek eet
As a
enige
woman.
by the haze, I will also leave
Are
nothing
you
on the
serious?
plate. Yes.
chicken
No,
feet. Do you
no.
eat chicken feet?
I do, but I don't chew the bones, so that I don't get a lot out of it. People actually, there was a point in the village they don't even
Yes,
give me the
yes.
chicken feet anymore because apparently
You are wasting, yes.
But and the neck is just bone, so that I'm also not.
You don't eat chicken necks.
No.
Grrr.
So when I was eating chicken, I would eat. I like the wing. I like the drumstick.
Everybody's favorite piece.
I like the drumstick, but biting the bones, yeah, it's alright.
Ek
Thank
eet,
you.
jong. Ek eet. There's nothing.
Like
I
when it's
don't-
to a grain, like I see people eat, like they chew the bone to nothing.
It looks like sand,
Oh my god.
like muddy sand inside.
Yeah? No, but I don't judge you. I've been around people that,
eet,
but
jong.
hulle is a goed lekker eet. Dit pla my nie, is alright.
Ek eet. Even the
Just don't
chicken
do it.
head.
Like if you go to a restaurant with Mefro.
Even the chicken head.
Nee, yo.
No. If you
Like
go to
stealing
if you go
your
to a
summer, Johnny.
restaurant, if you go to a restaurant with Mefro,
Huh?
will you chew the bones there as well?
Guess. Guess. Look at me and you'll find the answer.
I
So I don't know
just
about
see
in
you.
public spaces, but
Ek stel nie belang nie.
so did just that
Maria,
Stellenbosch
Maria, I am so desensitized what people think about me.
Chewing the
Especially on how I behave. What
so
I
you go
wear.
to Stellenbosch
Ek
and order
worry
your
nie.
chicken
Ek het gebetaal vir dit.
and
Ek,
eat Of say if sit in a doggy bag for me, you
like if at any one of these local restaurants, if I sit there and I order a whole steenbras fish, I'm telling you, piece by piece from head to the tail, I eat it whole. Klaar, ek sit so met hy vis se kop. Hier by Kubata.
I like that you're not bothered though. That's admirable.
Ek stel nie
Oh,
belang.
that's good.
Ek worry
No,
nie.
that's good. All right. I can't do it, but yeah, that's good. I guess.
Nah,
Listen, guys, just very quickly. It was International Women's Day yesterday.
Yes.
I hope you called your mother just to at least.
I called
Did you
her and
wish
she
me a
told me
happy
she went to a
day?
funeral.
Nixie. Op ons groep het niks gesê.
I didn't wish any woman a happy Mother's Day yesterday. Because for one reason, I do feel that as with Black History Month,
Here
yes.
Wait, Mother's Day or International
Wag,
Women's Day?
hier kan ek tog net praat
Oh,
asseblief.
okay.
I know where he's going with this one.
Yeah. I just feel, guys, you know what? Women have done so much over centuries. And I think what women has gone through for centuries, everything that they've gone through, the sacrifices
they
that
didn't
they've
go
made.
through it. We put them through it.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Like
Even-
he continues to put
even
me
better.
through in studio.
Even better, okay? What we did to women for such a long time. I do feel that to cramp the legacy of women into one specific day is not good enough. That's just how I feel.
Okay.
So you
I
think
do
we should have but we do have a Women's Month.
Huh?
We do have a Women's Month.
I believe this whole month
Yes,
is Women's
yes,
Month.
Yes, it's Women's Month.
It's not enough.
So you agree that you should celebrate us every day, right?
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I don't know what you were thinking.
I thought you were going to say you should also get a Men's Month.
No, Maria.
You know what,
No,
Marian? Not
No,
Marian.
this is serious. I do feel.
I completely agree with you, but only if you do celebrate women on the other days.
I do.
Because there's also no point in saying, no, we should not just celebrate them one day, we should celebrate them all the time, but then you never celebrate them the other times. Then you're using it as a scapegoat.
And let me say this. I will
And
say
I'm not
this.
talking to you personally, because I've heard that argument before.
And let me just be clear. Loving women is not just loving your mother and your sister.
Yeah.
Okay? Because that's where most
Wait, there
men
are
get
other
it
women?
wrong. That's where most men get it wrong. It's like, I love my mother, I love my sisters, I love my siblings. But then the misogyny outside that circle is like every other person on the street then, right? Any other woman outside that is disrespected on a regular. I know men that adore their mothers, but are just complete dogs to women in general.
Yeah.
And you cannot say and claim to love women when your affection for them ends with the family. You should be able to love outside your wife and your daughters and your mother and your grandmother and your cousin and your sister. Outside those, you should love women. And like loving women, it just means like respecting them.
Yeah.
That's it.
I agree.
You don't have to like them, but respect them.
I see this picture and I had a I had a strong debate with and I'll tell you, famous boxer in Namibia.
Here is Simon.
Nee, moenie so vinnig praat nie.
Okay.
I had a strong
big man.
debate with a boxer lately. There's this picture of this guy, and I think maybe a few of you guys have seen this. There's a picture of this guy who comes from a holiday, and then there's this picture of his mother, his wife, his daughter, and his sister. And underneath says, "Okay, you come from a long holiday trip. Who do you greet first?"
Who would you greet first?
I would first greet my wife
Yeah.
and then my mother. No.
Your daughter.
No. Sorry. I first greet my wife, then my daughter, then my mother, and then my sister. We went into a huge argument over this thing. So never just don't G. You greet your mother first.
No, I think you greet the wife first.
I said, no. Zali moet bietjie terugstaan.
Yeah. If I have a son,
Nee,
right?
like-
I have a son. If he had a wife, You know, it's like that thing of arguing who sits on the front seat.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of debate around it.
Yeah.
So I think if my son ever got a wife, I would be the type that would a little bit, because that's his family now.
Yeah.
That's his immediate family
exactly.
now. I'm an extension of that, but that would be his immediate family.
I am on the completely opposite side of the coin.
Ek wil hoor.
No, like I would greet the person I want to greet the most would be my wife, so I would greet her last. So I create the other mense eet die party, and then I give her the attention I want to give her. But that's just me.
So I save the best for last.
But then
sort of like I would greet my mom.
But I hear you.
Yeah, greet my mom first, maybe greet my daughter, and then I give my wife a hug and a kiss and gesels bietjie holiday. Like that's how I would go about it.
Actually,
in that scenario.
you.
That's another angle.
Yes, but I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying. I think the person I want to greet the longest
is the one that you want to greet last. Yes.
But obviously the excitement would be, but then it's exactly what he's saying. It's just like the excitement would be the wife first.
Yeah.
It's just for you, you're talking about how you express that affection. You do it the other way around, but I think you're still saying the same thing.
Yeah.
The wife is still the central.
It's the center of
so you're still saying the same thing. Yeah.
Because if you come out of Hosiakutako Airport, and you know your family is standing there on the other side of the line, and they haven't seen you in
the kids will run
3
to
months.
you first.
Yes.
Yeah.
The kids will run to you first, and probably your wife, and you'll just
Embrace
greet them. Your mother will stand there.
Come to me.
Come to.
Salon Stanio. No, just kidding. Yeah, but you're correct.
Right, guys. Just about 15 minutes before 10. Yeah, it's been a pretty long show.
Yo, it's been a long show today.
So we need to get out of the studio. Thank you for sticking with us for the entirety of the show. We are going to be back again tomorrow. Stay safe and please protect yourself, protect those around you. Not just in Windhoek, but everywhere you are, because this is, of course, a worldwide issue at the moment. Okay,
we're out.
We're out.
Every day we bring you the hottest and some outrageous conversations.
Ek het nou amper iets gesê. So, are you saying Namibian men were not romantic?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Huh?
Yes.
Why? What are the values of Namibian men? Is there anything good about us?
Yeah, I'm striking a blank.
She is striking a blank.
You know what?
Let's get to the real thing. The mornings on Informanté Radio. The sound for a new age.